17 minutes to 9. Let's have a dig around the news then to find one or two stories you might not have heard about. So, Alex, would you like to kickstart proceedings this morning?
I sure would. I say dig around. This wasn't actually too hard to dig around for because it's on the front page of the BBC News website this morning. But I think it's a really interesting story, so I'm going to share it with you just in case you haven't heard it. It only came up 3 hours ago, so it's not likely everybody will be hearing about it this morning. Now, beauty contests, not something that have fared too well under recent scrutiny, you know, and today, the modern age, Me Too movement and the emphasis on equality. Should we be doing beauty contests for women? Why aren't there male ones? All the rest of it. Anyway, Miss America, probably the most famous beauty contest in the world, this year has been won by a biochemist.
Right.
So apparently everyone's really happy for sort of STEM industries that this woman is now changing the face, we're told, of the beauty or what Miss America contest means. It's not about just the looks, it is about everything. And she sort of wowed judges by doing a big science experiment on stage in a white lab coat. She's got 2 undergraduate degrees in science and is doing a doctorate. Her name is Camille Schreier. And she defeated 50 other women to take the crown at the final in Connecticut. So 24 years old, pretty impressive.
Good on her, and just sort of breaking the stereotype there,
exactly.
I suppose.
That's brilliant. That's what it's all about. Yeah, exactly.
I remember on the island, 20 odd years ago now, was it called Man Oh Man?
That sounds terrible. The villa, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure Terry Crinkles told me about this. I think he was a judge one year or something.
He wasn't there stripping down to his boxers,
Maybe
was
he was, I don't know.
I wasn't, I hasten to add, but you never know with old tell. So, yeah, there have been sort of male equivalents at times. But, yeah, it's a really good story, that, and obviously
there
making
isn't a Mr. America, though, as far as I'm aware.
Not yet. So, well, do you think there will be at any point?
I don't know.
Well,
Most American men, I'd say.
I think if there's Miss America, they should have Mr. America. Why not?
There we go, absolutely. So, yeah, good story that this morning. And let's stay in America, actually, for my story, which is about trees today. Do love trees. So just, you know, I mean, I know it sounds bizarre, but Sarah Hendy, we often talk about sort of trees, how just beautiful they are.
I've got a few favourite trees on the island as well.
Oh, go on quickly then.
Oh gosh, there's one, is it Luaig, Port Luaig, just outside of Ramsey, near Mackle, on the way to Mackle. There's a big tree just off the coast of there, and it's wonderful.
Well, the earliest fossilised trees dating back 386 million years have been found at an abandoned quarry in New York. And scientists believe the forest they belong to was so vast it originally stretched beyond Pennsylvania. So this is absolutely huge. This is in the Cairo area of New York State. It's thought to be 2 or 3 million years older than what was previously the world's oldest forest, also in New York State. And I think the exciting thing, particularly for scientists, is these findings throw new light on the evolution of trees. The point in time that the fossil trees date to marks a transition between a planet with no forests and a planet that is largely covered in trees. So, you know, again, finding things like this, actually, it's a big step forward, but 386 million years. It's pretty impressive.
That is
I can't really comprehend that amount of time, can you?
It is. It's just beyond comprehension. Photos, again, on the BBC website. Go to the news page and have a skeet there. Very, very interesting indeed. So I wonder if there'll be a further discovery of older trees. I just wonder how far back they can go. It is mind-boggling, really.
Yeah, it's crazy that something that old we're still learning about. We still don't know everything there is to know about that time.
That's the thing, isn't it? We will just keep on learning forever, I guess. And you've got a bit of a heartwarming story, Sian, to round us off this morning.
I have, yes. So we've been talking about loneliness this morning anyway, and as well, we've talked a little bit over the last couple of weeks about Gavin and Stacey and their Christmas special. And ahead of the Christmas special, the BBC have done an interview with a lady called Glenda Kenyon, who owns Gwen's house. So where it's filmed, it's not a set. She actually owns the house. Yeah. It's a real house which a real person lives in. And when she got the letter through her door several years ago now, inviting her to apply to be the person who provides the house, she had been signed off work for several years with chronic depression. She basically didn't go out, didn't speak to anyone. And having these people come into her home and make it almost a landmark in Barry has meant that she now does get to speak to people. She interacts, she welcomes people into her home to have their pictures taken in the set of Gavin and Stacey, and it's brought her out of that depression.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Wonderful.
What
a
really
lovely
nice
story. But I think it's that thing, no matter how big or small the gesture is, it could make a huge huge difference in someone's life. So it's definitely a good message for this time of year, isn't
Definitely, with the success of Gavin and Stacey as well, loads of sightseers. I mean, it's sort of redone Barry, really, hasn't it, in terms of tourism and visitor numbers. And with the Christmas special, they'll all be piling round, I guess.
Well, Glenda says she even keeps a pan on the hob so that people can pose with one of Gwen's signature omelettes.
I love that. Can we go? Right, we need a breakfast trip. Hearing that, I love it. I love the thought of being stood there at Gwen's. What's the woman called? Glenda, is it?
Glenda is the lady who owns the house.
Glenda Kenyon.
Cooking one of Gwen's omelettes. Brilliant stuff. We're booking our tickets right now.